What? You're not.
It's the golden girl's birthday. Here's the lovely Renske with her birthday sash on, saying happy 18th birthday to our beautiful girl. So we've got in here for the party, obviously Renske.
Start the machine.
Yep, sorry, that's the coffee machine running. We've got Freya over there, Holly. Who are you?
Well, he's actually uninvited from the party because he mistook Hoitzer for Renske.
That's shocking. So Bailey's with us. And Bailey's favourite auntie, Tamara.
Debatable. I know.
Oh, Charlotte, you want to join us on video? You're more than welcome to join us on video.
Go on.
You're more than welcome. Oh, you've taken it down now, Charlotte. You see?
No, come back.
I know. So what I'm going to do, actually, if I can get this working, although I'm going to actually set the camera up over here. Oh, you're going to get my mug now, sorry. And
Sorry about that.
Bless you. Holly and me that have the microphones.
Yeah.
So we'll pass them around.
We will.
So
Bailey, would you like the microphone for a minute?
we're in our friendship barn, and we were going to put on a bit of, we were going to do George Ezra, weren't we? Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
But then we're worried that Facebook's going to take it down, so
Let's have a party.
so you're going to have to put up with all of us singing Happy Birthday instead. I just need to turn the music down in here. It doesn't want to play.
Bailey can sing it because he has proper vocal coaching.
Hey Siri, stop music. They might not hear that.
Sorry, we're just adjusting things in here. I didn't promise this was going to be professional, did I? Hi, Andrea.
Hi, Andrea.
So I know that you're all at home, but I'm going to give Holly the microphone because I'm a bad singer, and we're going to do Happy Birthday. And while we do Happy Birthday, I will bring her cake round.
Cool.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Renske. Happy birthday to you. Woo!
Oh,
Look, you've got your name on it. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
So, have a bit of carrot for now.
Sorry, before she demolishes that, can I take a picture of you stood next to her when you play? That is absolutely
I don't know whether
adorable.
you might need to take that down for everyone to be able to see her cake.
If you can go stand there though. And then
Okay.
I'll post the picture in the comments as well.
Oh, Ren, Bailey, can you pick me up a carrot from down there? Because Ren wants some of her cake. Hold on, let's turn it round.
And tilt it up a bit, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't want it to fall on the floor. That would.
Well, that's perfect.
Went this way.
Ah. Oh, that's
Renske.
lovely.
Oh.
Hold on, there we go.
Were you up till midnight doing?
No, I've literally decorated it this morning.
Really?
Oh my God.
Very impressive.
Oh, so I don't know whether you can see on there. Oh, Ren's desperate to eat it. There we go. That's the Renske carrot cake. So I'm really hot now, so I need to take my hat and my coat off. Can you hold that for a sec?
Oh yeah, I can do.
Ren, I promise you can have in a second.
So yeah, Renske, she's our golden girl. She's Firma was her sister, who we mentioned, I think, on the page yesterday. Firma was the queen of Greenbank, but Renske is definitely, she's the duchess, you know?
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Yeah, decorations.
Hold on, right, okay. Renske. Right, so, do you want a carrot cake? I think your head's in...
Sorry about that. I hope you enjoyed the view of the back of my head, everyone. It's beautiful.
I can't see you on the clip.
Right, Renske, let's give you the R. Should we give you... No, we'll give you one without... There we go. Bailey, if you want to take the plate,
Yeah.
or do you want to feed her it?
Yeah, you
And see...
Yeah, there you go. Thank you.
and see if she likes it. Let's put this down for a second.
Brown bean.
Mum, did you use the horse family buttercream?
It's actually cream. Oh, she's no. I'm trying.
Yeah, maybe you should.
Here,
I'll give
I'll
you
do
the
it.
mic and I'll get the
Here,
phone.
Renske.
Yeah, better idea.
Do you not like the cream on it? Oh, darling.
Oh no!
I failed miserably with the cakes. There, let me a bit without the cream.
I know somebody who would appreciate the cream.
Oh, there we go, darling. Do you want, instead, we have carrot and apple. Here you go, baby. Do you want to...
Oh, Charlotte Lawley still wants to join the video.
Oh,
Should we?
no, bring Charlotte on. We'd love you to join. I've only done that once before with
Whoa.
Darren, I think.
Also, just a quick see. Look at what the coffee machine can do, guys. It's
delicious.
It is. It's beautiful.
I suppose tomorrow you want a bit of cake as well.
Silly question.
Yeah.
It's my breakfast.
Thank you. Freya, do you want one?
Oh!
Wow, Freya.
Wow!
Oh.
Renske, you don't like the cakes I made you, but we've got stuff muffins here as well. So have we got Charlotte on there?
Not yet. I'm adding her. Whether she'll accept, I don't know. No pressure.
I can't get into the stuff muffins.
Delicious.
Do your swap.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Try and get the 18th birthday session.
Love them.
You can have the microphone.
Oh, okay. Swap
Hey
back.
Siri,
Swap back.
play happy music in the entertainment room and the guest room.
Sorry.
Music works when you post it on.
In the guest room and the
So,
entertainment room.
if you're in here, you can have whatever music you like. I'm going to give somebody else the microphone just while... Oh, not while Holly's eating.
Yeah, don't want to hear that.
Give it to tomorrow. Tomorrow I can have a chat with you.
Actually, I was going to ask, and it's probably not the right time, but so the history of Ren, obviously she's known as the Speed Queen,
She is.
and she's clearly hungry. So,
Right. I'll grab a microphone in a second.
yeah,
So
okay.
here we go. This is... Oh, hello. This is probably more Renske's thing rather than the cake. So some stuffed muffins and some carrots. So, sorry, Tamara's having to dress me.
As per.
We watched a film on dementia last night, and Bailey knows that that's how we're both going to go. Oh, thank you, darling.
We've got that on camera now.
I'd quite like to go into because somebody does everything for you.
So, Renske, for those that don't know why she's the golden girl, I'm going to go in with her.
Sorry.
Is that working? Yeah, it is. There we go.
Yeah.
You don't need me in the full picture. Oh, come on, you can come over here and talk about her too. So Ren came over when she was 4 from Holland, and she came over in foal. So she was in foal to the stallion Bente, and the following January, I think it was the January, she produced a beautiful little colt foal. It was, because actually it was the day after
Ishka? No?
Nika.
Yeah, because at
Yeah.
that time we had Renske with her son, other Hannes.
Yeah.
We had Fema, who was pregnant with Ishka, Jalkia's full sister. And then we had a surrogate mother, effectively.
Yeah, Jubilee, who carried Nika. So Ren came over. She had Hannes, so not the Hannes that we've got now. And this was in the very early days, and we actually owned the foal in partnership with her breeder. So unfortunately, he wanted to sell him, so he did move on to a new home, but he's got the very best home in the world with April and Audrey, who've had him since he was, I think, two or three.
They used to come and visit him here, and they did everything right with him.
Yeah, absolutely. So he's got his forever home, and that was in the days where we did sell a few, but as you all know, we don't sell Friesians now. She's properly enjoying this.
I know, she is.
Yeah, is this the best birthday ever?
Because she's 18 now, she's allowed to be a diva.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. She can get away with whatever she likes, really.
Tamara's holding the tiara up, but Renske is not a fan of things by her ears.
Oh, she
Unless
might be.
Tracy wears it for her.
I think that's a very
Yeah, but you're 18.
No, I wore it last year. It's your turn.
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Ow.
Good. Glad it
Ow, you're
hurts.
stabbing my head.
Good.
I'm well beyond 18. It's not a good look.
18 again.
Maybe reverse the letters and we'll be
18.
closer.
Or numbers.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Thanks,
true.
I don't think I can wear it though, because it's stabbing my head. That's probably why Renske didn't want to wear it. Do you want me to just balance it on there, darling?
Yeah.
There. You can be 18. You can be crowned 18. That's probably why she didn't want it, because it's quite spiky. But yeah, Renske had Hannes and obviously brought him up, and she'd already been lightly backed.
What?
Before she came over from Holland. And once Hannes was weaned, I started doing some work with her, and I wasn't a particularly good rider then. I'd like to think I'm a little better now, and she wasn't. Can you hold that hold?
Yeah.
She's always been one of those Friesians with a lot of energy, a lot of natural energy, and a lot of movement. And I found it quite difficult to contain that movement at the time, because I was on my learning journey as well. But I knew how to keep a horse relaxed. So I did a lot of work with her to try and get her relaxed in her work and working to the standard that I was at. And unfortunately, a year later, so what was she, 5? She went lame, and it turned out she had some roughening of her sesamoid bone on her hind leg. So she was out of action for another year. But fortunately, that all settled and she came good. And I then put her back into work. And we'd got the experience days running at the time, and we were starting having, quite a few people wanting to come along and learn about Friesians and ride them. And I had to be very careful who I let ride Renske, because she was one of those Friesians who, where there's a bit of movement and somebody isn't balanced, then that would scare her and she would run forward. So it was always all or nothing with Renske. So there were quite a few people who had some rather uncontrolled canters and gallops on her over the years. But, there were certain people that she got on with really well, particularly the more quiet rider and the more technical rider. And she's probably had, I don't know, how many hundreds of different people has she had on her over the years?
Many. She's been to the beach thousands of times.
Yeah, she really has. And, it would get to the point where...
Oh no, she's feeling sick now.
Have you had
she's
enough
like
of
a
it?
child that's had too much like trifle.
She is.
Yeah.
Do you want some coffee, darling?
Pop that there so you can change your mind.
No, my tummy's full of sweet stuff. I'm not very good at running through the history, am I?
Running through the history.
Yeah, because there's so many stories to tell about her. I don't know whether anyone's popped up on there with any stories, but we'll look through the comments
we will.
a bit later. But it was really interesting. She's taught me, like all of them, she's taught so many people so much, but she's taught me a lot. That on my original experience days, we would always start in the arena with the horses loose. And Renske would tell me if she liked somebody or not. Because if she didn't go up to them, then I think she decided that they weren't her type of person. And there were certain people that came along that you could see she connected with them. And even before somebody got on her, I knew whether Renske liked them or not. And I think that's why, one of the reasons why now I just think she's had enough of it. You know, it's not her favourite thing to have lots of different people riding her, because she's had all those people and she's given them amazing experiences. Because if she was very happy when people didn't ask anything of her,
Yeah.
and she could just do her own thing, and she was incredibly trustworthy. I don't know, I'm kind of losing the train here of where I was going, because I think because there's so much to say about her.
Yeah.
I mean, do you remember the first time that you rode her?
The first time I rode her.
No. You see, your memory's as bad as mine.
I know. I think it probably was out on a hack, I think.
Yeah.
And yeah, she's just, you get on her and there's just so much there. And
Yeah.
there's so much movement. And if you can, it's about you really, if you can ask the right questions and be relaxed and light enough, she
gives you,
Yeah.
you know, some Friesians are known as being a bit lazy, or, you know, they're not that bothered, but Renske always tries. And I always say that she's a bit like a sleepy donkey when she's stood at the tie-up points, because she looks like there's no energy about her. But as soon as you start doing anything with her,
she lights up.
She does. And it's why, you know, in the terms of grading as Friesians go, you know, she was graded, I think 3 times as a second Premier Star mare, because in hand and just loose, she's amazing, but she's not got that extra wow factor in the way she carries herself. And it's only when you get on her back that you really see quite how special she is, and how much movement there is, and suppleness and energy and elevation. And, you know, if we were into competing and I'd been good enough back then, she probably would have done very well in dressage. But, you know, that's not our thing.
No.
You're making a big mess everywhere, Ren.
And, you know, I think that's the main difference between Renske and her sister Femma, who we previously referenced, Femma, our model mare, who was mother to Anika, Yolanda and Sjoukje, is that Femma, they were both exceptionally talented, exceptional mares, both beautiful to look at, nice movers. But I think the main difference is that Femma was a very naturally proud horse. She always carried herself like this.
Yeah.
Whereas Renske, naturally, she's very laid back, and she's a bit more like this, like you said, about in hand and under saddle. Unless you light her up, then she comes like this. And I think... But
she lights up really easily, doesn't she?
It doesn't take much. And, you know, the thing with Renske as well, sometimes in the winter you can see her... Sometimes you go down to the field and, you know, we always check on them all when we go to the field. I personally just go up to them all, give them a scratch behind the ear and just check they're all okay in themselves. And you can just see sometimes that she's lacking that bit of sparkle.
Definitely in the winter.
Yeah. So we bring her in, she has a sleep. Sometimes even just going out for a hike, just giving her that fresh change of scenery, and she'll come back and she'll be like, oh, okay. I'm back now.
And years ago, when she was in sort of full work doing the experience days in the winter, we used to have to take her to the beach for a good gallop.
Yeah.
Just because she loves it. She absolutely loves it. And I think she still loves it now, but she likes it with people that she knows.
Yeah. And I think that's been a real eye-opener, I think, for us, is when you first made the decision over lockdown to not have other people as such riding them regularly, is the difference it made to them. It's like, I mean, I know obviously it's Renske's birthday and it's about her, but I know even now with Hannes, because I do everything with him, he's a lot more relaxed now, he's looser, and
He hasn't gone lame since.
No, he hasn't. Whereas he used to be going lame at least once a month, if not.
Oh, absolutely.
And yeah, and also, you know, it's like he used to go really tense when you pass something big, and whereas these days he doesn't do that the same. And it's like even with Renske,
they're all,
yeah.
you know, and I think that's the thing. During lockdown, it just hit me how much happier they were with the consistency. And anyone who's got horses will probably be sitting there saying, well, it's obvious that they like consistency and they like one person. And, you know, I've always known that, but I think it was such a dramatic change in how much happier they were.
Yeah.
And, you know, on the boring side, from a financial point of view, that's an awful thing to do, to say, look, I'm sorry, people can't come and ride here anymore, because that was a lot of our income. But I've always said with the horses, right from word go, it's not about making money. It's about keeping the horses happy and healthy and doing the right thing for them.
Yeah.
And there was a stage where doing the experiences with lots of people riding was the right thing for visitors, and I felt it was the right thing for the horses at the time. And I wouldn't say any of them were truly unhappy.
No.
So everything we do here, it has to change, but always, first and foremost, is their happiness and their welfare.
Oh, definitely. And I think what I've really sort of hit home to me as well, now we have less, well, we don't offer the riding the same. It's attracted, I mean, don't get me wrong, over the years, you know, we had many of you that rode with us and we met some really cool people and had some fantastic days and memories, and we're still, you know, friends and in contact with a lot of you now, and that's absolutely amazing. But then we'd have some other people that had come along, and it used to irritate me a bit, actually, because they'd come along, we'd have, you know, maybe Renske, Hannes, and I don't know, maybe Yolanda or somebody at the tie-up points, and some people would be great and they'd really, you know, want to get to know them first, and then you'd get other people and just be like, oh, I'd like this one, please. And it's like, excuse me, do you not know who that is?
I mean, there were very few people like that, because we didn't sort of do group bookings, but some people, I think probably because they're used to some riding schools and trekking centres where you're literally given a horse and you go up and you just get on it.
Yeah.
And some people were probably scared, or they hadn't thought about the fact that you need to say hello to a horse and you need to interact with a horse before you expect it to carry you.
Yeah, and I think that's what I'm getting at, is that now we don't have that anymore. Every single person we have that comes here, they have a genuine adoration and appreciation for the horses, and they're
true animal lovers.
And that's one of my favourite things, is when it's like the other day we had a Meet the Horses tour, a really lovely couple from Newcastle, and you know, she was the horsey one, he wasn't, but he was really interested, and both of them were just in their element, just being with them. You know, they couldn't get over how beautiful they were, and that really makes me smile, because I think, yeah, you appreciate these guys as they should be appreciated. You see them as massive personalities and people, which they are.
They're not just riding machines.
No.
And I think that's the other thing with the stable stays we do, with the overnight stays. We don't know until people arrive whether they've even ever had anything to do with a horse. And they turn up, and one of the first questions I generally ask people is, you know, do you know anything about horses? Have you done anything with them? And probably 99% of the time, people always make a reference to, oh, I rode one once, or it's always a reference to riding, because that's how everybody sees a horse. And it's, you know, it's no criticism of anybody, but I just think it's interesting that they are just seen as that. I suppose it's like a cow is just seen as beef.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean, and it's not, you know, like you said, it's not a criticism, but it's the way the world sort of views them. And I guess as well, a lot of that sort of stems from the elite competition world, where a lot of people, they just put a value on their horses. They're there to do a job. If they want results, and if they can't get their results there, they're no good to them. And that's the thing I love about these guys, is I personally, like, very occasionally people come here and they ask me, you know, like with Renske, how much is she worth? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't want to know, because I don't like putting a price on our horses' heads, because
Yeah,
it dehumanizes them.
And it's fine that happens in the world, because it has to, because people need to buy and sell horses. Sorry, Hol, I've just realised we've got that light on. Would you mind turning that middle light on and putting the other two ones on the right? Put them on the daytime setting. That's it. That's a bit better. You know, people need to buy and sell horses, and that's absolutely fine. It's just our choice not to be in that world, and this is how we want to look at our horses and the way we want to do things. You know, if
people didn't buy and sell horses, we wouldn't have Renske, and I think buying and selling is absolutely fine as long as the person selling genuinely cares about where the horse is going. The problem lies is when you have dealers that don't care about the horse, and that's where it starts going wrong. But because
you wouldn't do it, I know people do it to dogs, but generally you have a dog and it's yours for life. And I know not everybody's in a position that they can keep a horse for life, but
that's why we have the sanctuary scheme, and things change all the time. But the important thing is that regardless of what happens, whether you're in a position to keep them or not, you always have your horse's best interest at heart.
Yeah, that's the thing.
And
hold on, go on, hold on, I'll give you the microphone.
I was just going to say, from being a non-horsey person originally, I liken it to having a job that you don't enjoy. So a lot of people are stuck in jobs they don't enjoy. They're there to do the job. They don't like it. They get a bit fed up with it at times, a bit depressed. And when you're in a job that you don't like, what do? So you change your life. Yes, your employer might be helping you look after your mental and physical health as much as they can. But at the end of the day, if you're not happy doing that job, you hopefully move on to something you do enjoy doing.
Oh, so no, I'd never thought of it like that. So if your horse isn't happy with its life with you, then it's about looking at what's in its best interest, and sometimes it is better for them
to not have necessarily to be hacking out the whole time or having lots of different riders on. So I think that's what it strikes me as being. So the horse's happiness is absolutely important and the priority. So when you saw that how much happier they were, you naturally wanted to keep them happier. And so that was the turning point. And it's like anybody who's been in a job that they really don't like. I've had several. And you just get on and do it, but it doesn't make you the best, your best self.
Actually, we tried with Renske. We were going to try driving her, but it wasn't for her, and she wasn't going to enjoy it, so therefore we didn't do it. And with Mabel, she didn't enjoy the ridden stuff. So it's about looking at each different horse like you would with a different person, and working with their strengths and weaknesses and deciding what's right for them.
And that's the beauty of the horses here. I always say, if there was an alternative universe, I'd come back as one of your Friesians, because they have their best life, and there's nothing nicer than sharing that with everybody.
And I think, this is something that, I think we were all talking about it the other day, is we love what we do, and we love sharing them with people who are on the same wavelength as us, because that actually makes us happy as well.
Yeah.
So it works both ways.
It's a win-win situation, and this is where the Friesian smile comes from. I've never seen anybody here who hasn't been smiling, ever. And so that has to be the right way forward.
It's contagious. When we've got people, and we've had people arrive who they've been brought to tears. I mean, Renske has changed so many people's lives just by meeting her. And
how can you not love learning about the personality of an animal. And horses are so, I never really appreciated how sensitive they are. But they are, and they have such, as you were saying, Holly, big personalities.
They do, and they're all completely different. So
Yeah.
although they're all the same breed, and there's certain characteristics which are the same with a lot of them, they all love cuddles. You know, there is a massive difference in all their characters and personalities, which, you know, if you follow us much on our social media, on the behind the scenes or on YouTube, then you'll see more, you know, because we talk a lot about their different characters and personalities. But I like that description, Tamara.
So do I. Yeah. And I think as well, it's the same for people coming here. It doesn't matter if you've never ridden a horse in your life. It doesn't matter whether you've been around horses your whole life. It doesn't matter whether you're 6 years old or 60 years old. There's something for you, and our horses will make you smile. And I think, going back to what I was talking about earlier, you know, people putting price tags on our horses' heads, the way I see it, even if what our horses are all worth their weight in gold, not because they're worth millions or thousands of pounds, but because of who they are and what they give to other people. Renske, like you said, has changed lives, and she has an amazing legacy that she will leave behind. And I mean, some people might not agree with this, but personally I think our horses give back so much more than horses in the competition industry. I think, you know, it's great if the horses and riders are happy and everything, but our horses, they give back so much more.
They give in a different way, because we give them the opportunity to, because we let people come along and actually get to know them and spend that one-to-one time. Like in here, you really get to learn and understand about them, and in stable stays. But going back to, you know, doing things that suit the horses and
sorry, on the microphone again.
But sorry, I just wanted to go back to something from earlier. I'll never forget when I had my first inspection because I have to be classed as a riding establishment. And I remember the vet and the environmental health lady coming along, and I was trying to explain to them that I wasn't trying to be a riding centre or trekking centre or anything like that. And I tried to explain the ethos of wanting to just help people learn about the Friesian horse by sharing the experience that I've had over the last however many years it is, 16, 17 years that I've had them. And by having people coming along so that hopefully they didn't make expensive mistakes and horses didn't end up in the wrong homes. And I tried to explain this all to them. And at the end of the meeting, they said to me, right, you need to seriously think about the horses that you've got and look at the ones that aren't going to be suitable for different people and maybe move those on and bring others in. And I thought, you haven't got this at all. It's not about having the horses to suit people. It's about having a family of horses who you adjust what you do and the experiences you allow people to come and do with them based on where those horses are in their lives. And that ties in with Renske and one of the new things that we're doing this year, because there's so many people out there who love that idea of galloping a horse down the beach, but maybe they're a bit older now, maybe they would never have the riding ability or fitness or experience to do it, but it's something they've dreamed of. Renske now, we won't have people riding her on the beach, but people can come and walk her on the beach. And she will love that because we've done it with her. We did it during a photo shoot. She's so relaxed. And she won't go out there thinking, oh, I'm going to gallop. Because she's in hand on the ground, she'll just go out there and mooch around on the sands. And that gives a whole genre of people who love horses, love being with them, love sharing that energy, an opportunity to go out and do something that I don't know where else you could do that. So it suits those people, and we have a fantastic group of people coming on our first one that we're doing. I'm sure they won't mind me saying, most of them are slightly older ladies. You know, they may have ridden in the past. Some haven't even had much to do with horses, but they're going to come and have a lovely day just sharing the Friesians with us.
Oh, definitely. And I think as well, you know, even people that have galloped down the beach and still are able to, like we like a good gallop down the beach. But equally, we love doing the sedate walking with them as well,
God,
because it's a completely different feeling being alongside them rather than on their back, because you know you can, I don't know, you can look into their eyes, you're there living it with them by their side, and there is something
their
in
level.
them that's very, very special. And I think as well, you know, going back to what you were saying about people inspecting this place and saying that we needed to suit our horses to people, I think that's a big misconception in the horse world at the moment, is that so many people out there, and look, it's not a criticism, it's just an observation, they take a horse and they try to speak to their horse in human. They expect their horse to conform to their human norms.
Am I not allowed to speak to them like they're humans? You talk to them like they're humans all the time.
What I mean is, it's not about expecting our horses to learn human. It's about us as humans learning to speak horse and speak to them in their language and learn to truly understand and interact with them on their level, which is another thing that makes the beach walking so special, is that you have an opportunity to do that. You can be there alongside them, you can feel them, and you can feel their energy, and you can observe them, and it's just a really beautiful thing.
Oh, I'm getting Renske hugs.
Oh.
And this is the thing about the friendship barn as well.
Oh, it is amazing.
You know, sometimes when people come in here, first of all, it's not that relaxed because they don't know the horse doesn't know them. But by the time you've been in here 10 minutes, usually, you know, you're able to connect with them and you can just have the most magical time in here. I would live in here. I think we would all live in here.
Think of it like a really good first date. Okay, at first, you know, you come in here, you're a bit nervous, you don't know each other, you're like, oh, are they going to like me? Are you going to like, you know, am I going to like them? But then with these guys, you always like them, and as long as you like them and you love them, they'll love you back. So then it's a really, really nice thing, and you don't even need to get hammered for it to flow. So, you know.
You can see what Holly's been doing recently. But yeah, the greatest thing, I think, I'm sorry, on that theme, is bottom hugs. J-Lo bottom hugs under the infrared.
Renske is known as J-Lo because she is simply sensational. No matter how old she gets, she always looks amazing.
I think, do you know, that's a good point. I did have in my head lots of things I wanted to talk about with Renske, and I've forgotten them all. But that's such a key point with Renske. She always looks amazing.
Yeah.
I don't think, well, only once in her life have I seen her look unwell. And no matter what, you take her rug off, her coat always looked good. She's been one of the, touch wood, fittest, healthiest horses who, if we could have cloned, I'd have had 20 of her. The only time she looked unwell was the third time we tried to breed with her. We tried various times over the years, and for whatever reason, she didn't get in foal. She doesn't cope well with chilled semen or frozen semen. And I sent her off to a very large breeding centre that I have an awful lot of respect for, and I'd used previously years ago. And I thought, I'll give her the best chance of getting in foal by sending her to this very specialist place. And she was down there for a couple of months. And when I went to pick her up, oh my goodness, she looked absolutely shocking. She just looked depressed. Her coat was poor. She wasn't in great condition. And honestly, this is no disrespect to the facility at all, because they are very, very good. But it clearly wasn't the right thing for Renske. You know, it took her away from home. For whatever reason, she didn't want to get in foal, or she couldn't get in foal. But that's the only time in her life where I've seen her look unwell. Isn't it, Ren? Hey, so even at 18, she's a little on the tubby side because they've all had January off. So she's not done a lot of work at all. But, you know, it's sad that we haven't got a Renske son or daughter.
Yeah.
But, you know, there's more important things to life.
Oh yeah, and also we have Renske herself. So
We do have
that's all
Renske.
that matters, and she's just been exceptional in every single way. You know, with Renske, she's one of those that you can just rely on her. You know, you can trust her. She'll come out, and regardless of what you ask her to do, she'll try her best, and
she's always been known as Auntie Ren.
Yeah.
Because in the herd, she's not top dog and she's not bottom of the pecking order, but she would always be the one who would look out for anyone. So all Femma's children that she had, Renske was generally there looking after them. She's always looked after the younger ones, and she's just no drama, is
Yeah.
It's
like, you know, I love doing anything with her because it's like don't get me wrong, we love them all equally, but some days you have the likes of Nika, Zhao and Yodel, who I love all three of them, as you know, but they can just be a bit special. And like some days it's like Yodel's always scraping the floor, Zhao always doing strange things, Nika's like busy being traumatized, and some days it's like, can we please, like any parent, like, can we please just chill out? Whereas with Renske, you just bring her in.
She's so reliable.
And you just have a nice time.
Yeah, you do.
Like,
whenever you want to do, say, a live or something where there's no drama, or like the Christmas lights, having her ridden, you know you can rely on her because she's brave, she's trustworthy, and, you know, there's no silliness about her.
And she's 100% genuine.
Yeah, she is completely. And, you know, even if she's worried about something, she trusts you.
Yeah.
Don't you, darling? Don't you? She's the best.
She is.
You know, she may not be a model mare like her sister. She may not be the highest graded Friesian mare, but, oh my God, the most versatile.
Incredible horse.
She really is. They don't come an awful lot better. And, you know, she did, you know, she got her grading, and I was telling Holly earlier about when she was one of the first horses in the UK to do the EBOP test. And I don't generally talk about things to do with the gradings online, but she caused a lot of drama that year because people didn't understand what the EBOP was about. And the EBOP, I won't bore you all about it, but it's basically looking at the potential for the horse as a sports horse. So it's not about doing a dressage test that's all accurate and perfect. It's about looking at the horse's potential. Anyway, cut a long story short, I was advised by somebody to put her in as a late entry. She went in, she leapt and shot forward into a canter because I wasn't a particularly good rider then, and I didn't know how to contain that movement. But the judges could see how talented she was and how much movement she had, and they gave her a very good score, 77, which upset a few people who got quite irate and cross about it, and tried to cause an awful lot of trouble for Ren. And it was so, and me, yeah, it was probably more directed at me, I think. It wasn't at Ren. But, you know, it just makes me laugh these days, you know, when I think of things like that, because it's not important in the whole scheme of things. And it's sad that people saw it as like a competition. And it wasn't. It was just the judges saying, this horse has potential. The rider might not have potential, but the horse has potential, and they gave her a really good score. But yeah, as I say, there was a small group of people that caused a lot of trouble and made them have a look at your test again and downgraded you by 0.5%, which was all very, very silly. But that's the pettiness in some parts of the horse world, which we won't go on to anymore because otherwise, yeah, it's not a good subject to talk about. But yeah, regardless of any grading or what anybody says, this horse is utterly priceless. And, you know, she's been such a key part of the Friesian experience and
Oh,
what
yeah.
we've done over the years. And we hope that she will be still for many more years to come, but in a different way, not as a ridden horse or anything like that, but just as a horse, a very kind, calm horse that you can come and spend time with in here in the friendship barn, come and meet her on the yard, come and watch her doing her sort of training, which is all just about keeping her loose and supple, or even coming and walking her on the beach. Just coming and spending time with them.
You know, it's just basically Renske enjoying her life and in doing so, giving enjoyment back to other people.
Yeah.
And you know, the thing with Renske as well is I think she's a very sweet horse, but she's not demanding in any way. She's not very often very affectionate. Like some of them really demand attention, and when you give it to them, they really give it back. Whereas Renske, she just sort of stands there nice and calmly. And I find with her, the only time, I feel quite guilty for saying this, but the only time she's affectionate back is when she's tired. So you'll bring her in from field.
Or in season.
Yeah, and she sort of brings it back to you. And I'm like, oh, this is so nice. But then I feel bad because it's like, well, you're only doing this because you're feeling a bit ropey.
But you know, but that's the thing. She's not a drama queen.
No.
So not like someone over there who sat very quietly in the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
you can give her a treat if you want, baby.
all of her three nieces are big drama queens, you know. They're always here, just
Yeah.
demanding everything. And then Renske, you know, she's always a little bit behind them, just waiting, you know.
Yeah. Anyway, I think we've talked quite a lot about Ren. We should really have a look at the phone and see, because I did ask for people to share their stories of Ren.
We've got a hi from Australia from George.
Hello, George.
Who else we got? Hi, Kimberly, Angela, Wendy. Sorry, I was just looking for comments. We've got any? Might not.
It might be because we've not really given people the chance, have we?
Andrea Dodson says Renske was so lovely to be with when I was there last summer.
Oh,
Andrea. Oh, Jane Holden says they do change lives, definitely. Sorry.
Don't end it.
I'm not ending it. Nothing. Oh, cool.
Oh, there you go. You can have a look on Praise.
Charlotte Lawley says, I think I was the last. Oh my god, my eyes are there. Sorry.
Charlotte, you were the last person to ride her on the beach. Were the last of our visitors to ride on the beach. And you know, and I'm not saying 100% that nobody could ever take her out there again. You know, if there's an exceptional circumstance, then you know it might be something.
She's demanding attention.
She is demanding attention. You know, because you know the right person, the right situation, if it's the right thing to do. You know, we look at everybody who comes along. You know, we try and individualise everybody's experience. It's why we don't generally have groups of people. So we'll always look at. It's like we had. Lovely girl, you know, it'd been her lifetime dream to ride a Friesian on the beach, and she'd had an awful time, you know, some horrible accidents, and you know, although it's not something that we want to be offering on a regular basis, you know, there was a story there was a reason it meant so much to her, and it's a memory that she'll keep with her till the day she dies, you know, and it was important to do because it's all about creating those mememories those moments.
It's about making people's dreams come true.
Yeah.
Because that, for me, I genuinely mean it when I say that. That's one of, other than the horses themselves, that's one of my favourite parts of the job and being here is sharing them with other people. And when I see the horses make them smile, it makes me smile because there's just something incredible about it. But going back to the comments, Lisa Facetto says, good morning to everyone.
Hi, Lisa.
And you need to give Renske a birthday kiss from her. That's from Lisa. And June Leeming says, happy birthday, beautiful. Lisa Drinkwater says, oh, Ren looks fab. Ow, cake. Not quite sure what you mean by that, Lisa, but Tracy did make it, so might make our tummies go ow.
Yeah, it might do.
Jill
Yeah.
says happy birthday, so does Sophie.
Is that Jill Poole by any chance?
No, it's Jill Machine.
Oh, okay.
Sorry,
Hi, Jill.
Don't know if I pronounced that right or wrong. Apologies. Debbie Sim also says happy birthday to Ren, sending love and hugs. Going back to Charlotte Lawley's comment, she said before the beach, Tracy took a video of me galloping across the beach, and I watched that video so often. What an incredible lady she was. Letting her go without having to think about stopping. She was so powerful but light in the mouth. She came back to me so easily. There's no feeling like it. I've ridden on the beach a few times, but to do it on a Friesian is something I've always dreamed of doing. She made the dream come true for me, and she did it so perfectly. Renske is such a special lady, and I can't wait to see her and all the Friesian family again this year. Love to you, and of course the birthday girl.
Oh, Charlotte, we can't wait to see you as well. We love it when you visit.
We do.
Yeah.
Julesy also says happy birthday.
Hi, Julesy.
Caroline says hello, everyone. Nice to see you again. Happy birthday, Auntie Ren. Thank you, Caroline. Sophie also says happy birthday, Ren. Oh, I feel incredibly privileged to have spent time with her and ridden her on 2 occasions. Definitely the most amazing horse I've ridden. Oh, Jodie's with us as well.
Oh, hi, Jodie. You didn't get the cows moved in time.
No. Yeah, we were hoping Jodie would be able to join us, but she had to do things with her moo babies.
Yeah.
But it's okay, because she wished Renske a happy birthday on
Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, she'll give
Yeah,
her...
because Jodie, basically, the 3 of us work with Ren, but Jodie's had such a journey with Renske as well. I'll never forget one of the first times that she hacked her on a Christmas hack. And there's still the pictures of where, because Renske sometimes, when she wanted to go, she would just go, even though you could trust her. And there's a cracking picture that Sandy got of Jodie in her Christmas outfit, galloping across 7 acres with Renske ahead of all the others, with the sheep scattering everywhere either side. But even that didn't bother Ren. She would never think, oh, there's something happening there, and go sideways. She was just, you would always just go. You knew where to stop. Yeah, you trust her with your life. Hey. Right. Well, listen, we're going to carry on a bit of the party off camera now. We were actually going to bring Hidda in here and Hoytzer in here, but I'll tell you what, we're not going to, because I think we've been on here for quite a long time now.
I think we probably have here now.
But also 55 minutes. Also, we're planning, because it's Hoytzer and Hidda's 21st birthday this year. So as well as Renske's big 18, it's their 21st. So we'll try and plan to do a joint birthday party celebration for them. We clearly won't have the both of them in here, because that would be utter carnage. Because
it'd be their 21st birthday and their last birthday.
They've always hated each other. Although they went in the stable next to each other last night and they were fine. Yeah, and I think they're both mellowing, but we'll maybe not put them together in here. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed joining us for this very, very special Golden Girls birthday. If you're watching this and you're not on our behind the scenes group or our YouTube page, then head over to our Friesian Experience behind the scenes. And join us there for more about all the horses, or even just follow us on YouTube. We're trying to get more up on there now. If you've not subscribed to us on YouTube, then why not? If we could ask you to subscribe on YouTube, that would be fantastic, because the more likes and shares we get on any of our social media, it all just helps the algorithms and helps us reach even more people out there who love horses, who we hope can benefit from spending some time with them.
As well as that, obviously, sharing the horses with other people, the bigger we get on YouTube, we'd like to potentially to be able to monetize so that we can buy the horses extra carrots. Yeah,
because, that's the thing, all the experiences we do, everything we do.
Oh, speaking of...
Oh, yeah. You see, we were going to end this video, but I need to model this because... Sorry, we weren't going to do.
Not that you'll do it justice as a model.
No,
but-
I won't do it justice as a model, and I might have to stand back a bit so that Renske doesn't get it dirty. But we've got. Sorry. Sorry. Look at this, Renske. Do not get it dirty. I don't know whether you might need to move the camera hole. Don't sneeze on it, just because it's Yolanda's colours. So Wendy has
Sorry.
made these most
Oh,
beautiful
it's my face. I don't
scarves.
like it.
Do you want
Sorry.
to turn around?
Yeah, it's just on my
There you
face.
go. Look how beautiful this is with the hearts, the flowers, the beading, and it's so soft and warm. I'm kind of wishing that I'd worn it for the whole time. So this is part of our Valentine's Day raffle. It's not your colours, darling. It's your niece's colours, Yolanda. So this is one of the prizes, as well as a session in here, one of our yard experiences. We've also got, Bailey, I should have got you handing these to me. Here you go, Bailey. Do you want to show off the hearts and the and little Mr. JB? So little heartfelt hugs. So we've got those. Do you want to hold that one? In the Valentine's Day raffle, and we've also got our newest sanctuary resident, Obi, who you might have seen. Wendy has also made a beautiful scarf in his colours. Shall I see if I can put this on better this time? I'm not very good at doing scarves. Tamara can dress me. Tamara's better on the whole fashion side.
She really is.
So there. So an Obi scarf, a Yolanda scarf, the little heartfelt hugs, and the friendship band, so a session, so you can win for just a fiver. You can come and have a session in here if you're lucky enough to win, or come and do one of our yard experiences, or get these beautiful little heartfelt hugs.
And when's the draw?
The draw is actually next Sunday, so you've got a week to get your tickets. No, we're not doing it on February the 14th because we need to make sure people get their prizes by February the 14th.
Duh.
To think of these things. Renske wants a heartfelt hug. Oh, it's gone off again. Hold on. Anyway, I think everyone's probably had enough of us for the day, so we're going to move on, get Renske back out with her buddies, probably. We might give her another night in, actually, we'll see. But yeah, thank you everyone who's joined us.